Feel better? I had a great time hanging out with my good friend Katy Long, and she got to ride my Mustang Rune. It had been a while that she had jumped, and so Rune is fantastic to jump around the jumps, and it was really great to watch my horses go and be ridden by someone else, and it was a really fun day. So here's my dressage test from the Ocala event where I did the combined test, where I was able to practice my 4-star test that's going to be ridden at Rolex. I was very happy with Johnny in our entrance for the halt. He started off pretty well in the trot, and then it wasn't really a tension issue. I just think he mistook my 8 a little bit there and broke into the canter, but came back right down into work, and now we're supposed to be doing a medium across to P all the way to F, and it's really important to keep your horse going to the medium and then show the transition back at F. And another hard maneuver, which is the shoulder in down the center line. And here's actually interesting because I made a little bit of a mistake there where I took my eye off the line and Johnny felt it and went to go a little too soon in the half pass, and I recorrected and redid it again, so I lost some points there. And also coming in, this transition's supposed to be done at C, so as a rider I've been practicing this week on getting that transition and that maneuver of pirouette of the haunches a little bit better. And here we go straight into extended trot. This is one of typically his favorite movements, and again I want to make sure it goes all the way to K, and then I show the transition back through the corner. And to the shoulder in to the left this time, working really hard on keeping that angle and keeping it steady, and then letting him flow through the half pass and keeping the angle and keeping the bend through the rib cage. Got a little bit unsteady, but I was pretty happy with how he felt in here. Again, another transition to C. It was a little bit later than I would have liked, and he did get a little bit tighter. Sometimes the walk can be a little bit of the dragon coming out, and this was a halt. And I was kind of asking him to square up, and he propped that foot, so I lost a couple of points there, but the back was okay. And I put him into a walk, and he's still a little nervous. He's thinking we're supposed to canter. So sometimes I have to give him a little pat on the wither to kind of tell him that that's something that we're not going to do. And then we go forward into the extended walk, which he actually gave me some pretty good steps. He still has to reach out more and connect a little bit to my hand for maximum points there. And here the tension kind of shows. He's anticipating the canter at P, and struck off a little bit with both legs together. So again, this has been stuff I've been working on all week with David and Karen, just getting the relaxation. We go into a canter half pass, which is quite nice. There's just a couple of things I can work on, getting him to come through a little bit more and having it steady. Now we go into our counter canter loops and working on balancing for the change, really setting the horse on the hind end and keeping the correct bend and getting the lead change over X, which I was a little late there again with my accuracy. It was about a stride past the center line, but the change was clean, so I was very happy with that. And his canter work has really developed over the season. He's gotten so much stronger, even from Rolex from last year. So I'm happy with the quality of his gaits, are improving with every dressage ride that we do. So now we go into the extended canter, and you really want your horse to come up and through the bridle and connect to the bit, and then come back right and show the transition at M without using your reins. It's more so on your seat and your leg, and not drawing the neck backwards, which sometimes he likes to shorten through the neck. So again, here I'm doing my counter canter loops. I am working on the change, which will be right over the center line. Again, I was about a stride late, which is another accuracy issue that I myself, not necessarily Johnny, needed to work on. And I was very proud of him because he just felt like he was settling in more with this test as we went. And here we do a flying change that's supposed to be on the short diagonal. There he was a little early behind, which is okay. And then for the last change, got a little off my line. And now we turn to go up to the center line and halt at L. So a couple of things I felt like I needed to work on, which I have. And of course he stopped nice and square. I was very happy with that. I ended up scoring a 47, which I was very happy with that score. And I moved into show jumping, and I've been working hard with Johnny on the show jump. It can sometimes catch us in the end. This time last year, we did jump a clean round here, and Rolex was the first time that we, of course, had done a 4-star, so the stadium day was a bit rough for us, where we had 5 rails. So really have worked this past year with Karen and David on our show jump, and it seems to be helping. Johnny's shape is really changing over the fences. He's rounding and using his back a lot better. He's such a talented horse and has so much scope and ability that sometimes he doesn't always use himself, especially when he knows that the poles can fall down. So I was really happy with our round. He was pretty rideable. The only type of mistake was right there where he locked on to that one jump in front with the big brush. But I got his attention back and was able to make some really nice tight turns. And I was able to keep the pace going while keeping him over his back and keeping him still relaxed and focused. And we were able to jump a nice clean round. So I was very happy with him and actually me. So it was a good day.
We're heading up to the ring because Elisa was 4th in the combined training for Rolex. We're excited. Double clear on the stadium round. Woohoo!
Elisa Wallace riding Simply Priceless to finish on a score of 47.
I'm with another good friend of mine, Moguel, and she's pretty awesome because she will be the first Mexican rider competing at the Rolex 4-star. So I took advantage of letting her ride Fledge, and we really had a fun day kind of playing around and relaxing a little bit before we got ready to leave for Rolex. Here we go. It's our last day in Ocala. Saturday. And we are doing our final gallop before Kentucky. We're just doing our walks. The weather's been really good. Got some rain last night, so the footing should be perfect. So here we go. Come on, John. That's a coyote. See ya, dude. out of the vehicle. Buck Davidson and Kyle Carter have been doing a show for a couple of months now, I believe. And it's called The Sort of Okay Horse Show with Buck and Kyle. They actually did a preview of Rolex and had some very interesting things to say about the riders, and they had some really nice things that they said about me and Johnny.
Elisa Wallace is our first one of this episode, which is number 35, and simply priceless. I really like this horse. It's an Australian horse.
It can do all 3 phases.
And she took it to Europe last year, did a very good job over there with it. She's trying to syndicate it right now, but I'll tell you what, and this is one that I think they need to start finding some other horses for, because I think this one could be this girl could be real useful for America. Although I like this horse a lot, I think that what she needs to be doing is saying, where's the next 5, because then it could really happen for helping this country.
A big thanks to Buck and Kyle for such encouragement and nice positive words. Go check out their show. There. In preparing Johnny for Rolex, I do kind of adjust his feeding schedule a little bit more. He is on the Cadence Ultra, and I was also giving him Grow and Win and Ultimate Finish, but he gets kind of finicky about his food when he gets at a competition. He tends to just prefer the Cadence Ultra. It's just a thing of his. So what I found works really well for him and works really well on the digestive tract of the horse is I cut his feed back to small increments and feed him more times a day. And I also have to up his caloric intake because of he's doing much more strenuous work. And so it will help him build those muscles. He can get fed, or he does get fed up to 6 times a day. And those are, again, small increments of a little bit of a half a scoop of the Cadence Ultra, and I found that works really well for him, and he keeps a very good appetite. He loves that Cadence Ultra. It works really well, and he doesn't get too excitable off of it for a fit 4-star horse.